Chris Hemsworth's powerful presence on the big screen continues to explode. The Aussie star has bicep bulk, tons of talent, and a voice that is so sexy it's just stupid.
The Queen demands your presence.
Can't you see him having a bath?
So what does the hottest Hemsworth on the planet do next? Well, he's caught the eye of Uber filmmaker Steven Spielberg, who will make Chris his leading man in Robo-Apocalypse. The Aussie actor will lead a bunch of robots against their human masters, and at the same time, carve a path into Hollywood history. Chris Hemsworth is an unstoppable juggernaut right now. It was great when Peter Jackson won a heap of Oscars for the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I don't tend to really want to think in such competitive terms. I mean, I'm a filmmaker and I'm very happy to sort of entertain people, and I'm very happy to receive awards and very grateful.
Then he decided to come back and make 2 films out of The Hobbit, and that was great too.
I'm glad that we're making The Hobbit after 10 years and not straight after Lord of the Rings, because it's given us a chance to step away, do other things, and now it just means that returning to Middle-earth has been a real joy.
But if 2 films aren't enough, Tolkien fans can get excited about this bit of news. The Hobbit might be 3 films now.
I'd like to shoot a bunch more material that we can't shoot. There's so much good stuff in the appendices that we haven't been able to squeeze into these movies. So that's a discussion that we're having, yeah.
Peter Jackson is working in 125 pages of notes by Tolkien that fills in some major story gaps in The Hobbit.
Well, because we were able to use the appendices from The Lord of the Rings, which is like notes that Tolkien wrote, 125 pages of notes that Tolkien wrote about expanding The Hobbit, that he never actually published an expanded Hobbit, but all these notes were published in the Return of the King appendices at the back of that book, and that tone of that material is a bit more similar to Lord of the Rings, and so we've combined the whimsical, charming sort of fairy tale aspect of The Hobbit with the rather more serious material from the appendices, and created a kind of a hybrid of the two.
The first is out in cinemas Boxing Day end of this year, and it's called The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. Can't wait. Christian Bale and his wife Sandra arrived in Aurora, Colorado to pay their respects to the victims involved in a mass shooting at a movie theatre last week. The Dark Knight Rises star stopped by a memorial set up across the street from the Century 16 Theatre and also visited survivors at the hospital. Robert Pattinson continues to keep mum about the Kristen Stewart cheating scandal, although sources say the actor is heartbroken. Both Kristen and her Snow White and the Huntsman director, Rupert Sanders, issued public apologies for hooking up with each other. Even Rupert's wife, Liberty Ross, has spoken out, sending cryptic messages on her Twitter page before deleting the account. And there was no indication of what was to come back in May when they talked up the movie at the London premiere.
It was such a not new, but just such a now modern way of presenting somebody who is kind of an ideal woman.
It was a great honour to be involved in such an incredible project altogether, and to be Snow White's mummy, what an amazing role.
I hope they remember it in 20 years' time, firstly. You know, it's something that was very close to all of us. We all put a lot of love into it, a lot of blood, sweat and tears, a lot of hard work.
And finally, the pink carpet was rolled out in Los Angeles for this year's Teen Choice Awards. Here's who showed up.